Okay.
To do this and walk around in front of strangers. This is awesome. Okay.
No, not same thing. Do you remember all those lines you had? You remember them? Yeah. So this one, we want you to go around. Same thing, different. This is really very good for you to pick up and make up the words, but we've got to believe exactly what it is. Okay? Off you go.
Where's everybody at? They said they would be here. They're not here. Why am I the only one here? Who are all these people? I don't even know you. Ah!
Good, yes. You're not getting your applause until the end.
Okay.
It sounds like a screaming jet. Yeah. So why did you put that? Good. Well, now explain the rest of it. Which they was very rubbish. Very beginning.
That
Very good indeed. Well done. And that one, finally, you're the green arrow. So am I. Right, for you, we'll go around that way. Scottish accent. So the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting very cross with a lot of people here because they're not making me inviting to be a say a few words about him. No, he's gone. Green Arrow, I thought he was here a second ago, but now it's best that he goes along in his own. You started off. Oh God. There's a little bit up and then goes on to Scottish, ladies and gentlemen. Right, off you go.
All right. Well, my name is Oliver Queen, and for 5 years I had to protect my city. And now I must become something else. I must become someone else.
Very good. No, that's very good. You got the part.
Thank you.
And it was very exciting because I've been trying this is good. And I remember being there, and this armourer phoned up and said, "Are you Jeremy Bulloch?" I said, "Well, I'm not Jeremy Bulloch, Jeremy Bulloch." "Yeah, well, never mind. I don't like actors anyway. I've got to teach you to fire a bow and arrow in about 5 minutes. Get up to the church. Off the church, you go into the big, huge castle, and that's where I'll be with a target. And I want you to look good because it's my reputation." I thought, why is he being so rude? I haven't asked for anybody to do me any favours. Anyway, up I got the train, went up to the hotel, and they said, "You're the actor, aren't you? Now, remember before, I don't like actors, and I've never liked them. You've got to learn to fire this bow and arrow in minutes." I said, "Well, yes, of course." I felt myself sort of almost saying, "Yes, Your Majesty." And here he came, here was the target. He said, "Right, watch what I do. You can learn from this and look really good in minutes." I'm thinking, what's the matter? Is he going to suddenly laugh and say I'm terribly sorry? I just thought it was a giggle. No, he was serious. So anyway, he said, "Right, now watch this. I've got a quiver. Didn't want to have the quiver with the arrows, but here's the quiver. Out comes the arrow." And he fired, we just got end of the target. I said, "Well, that was good. Now you follow that. Follow what I've done. Pull that out, up, and I hit the bull." He turned his head back. "You try to be funny." I said, no, it was beginner's luck. I suspect it was, that's what he said. Right, you hit the centre of the target, but you don't look like an archer. "Oh, Well, maybe we'd be able to improve on that. And he said, just listen to what I'm saying. And I thought, why is he so grumpy? Maybe anyway, I must behave. So he said, here we go again. Right. Out comes the arrow with a... And he's hit the side of the ball. That was terrific. Now, this is your chance. This is your chance to look good. Out comes that. Right, follow me. Oh, right, yes, sorry. And I hit the side of the ball exactly the same as him. Have you ever found a bow and arrow before? I said, well, I don't know. Yes, I have. When? I said, well, many years ago. I mean, many years ago, you're barely 18 now. I said, well, I was about 14, something like that. You couldn't possibly have fired a bow and arrow like that. I'm going to do it once more. He fired this. And he was in such a state, the whole string went up, the arrow went up over the roof, crashing into the thing. He said, what are you doing? I can't work with you. And I thought, I haven't done anything. this is what you have to do. You have to bite your lip and pretend that it was okay. These things happen, but he was really not a very nice person. But you have to go through that. Right, some questions from the audience. Yeah, with lines or without. I think it's easier without lines. I think you can express yourself much better by just concentrating on the one sentence. Much easier. But now, the other thing which everybody should do once a year is to quote Shakespeare, because Shakespeare is good if you speak it at a nice pace. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis noble in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Bob. Is that interesting, that book? Am I being dreadful again? Have I been thrown out of theatres for years? No, it's actually a joke. Thanks for setting it up there. Yeah, any more questions? Yes.
When you were on set, were there any complications with the suit, whether it be vision or keeping everything together while you're moving?
No, that's a good question. Yes, there are. I mean, a lot of problems with that because after just 2 minutes, you start thinking this jetpack is pulling me back. It's because you're unbalanced. It is actually very difficult. And then when you, every now and then, they take the helmet off and damp you down with chamois leather just to make you cool. And then the jetpack will go back on and you go. Oh. So it's not one of those where he's darting around like the Green Arrow. You can't do it with the Boba Fett outfit. You just have to do that sort of marching to make it look fierce. But I found it so difficult. Why they chose me to play the part, I just don't know. But it is that where you come in and you're waiting, maybe they're setting up a shot, and suddenly you're going back again. And I said, look, this is slightly awkward. He said, that's all right, Jeremy, don't worry, it'll get better, we'll do something. And it was so top heavy. But in the end I said, right, I'll just concentrate on getting it absolutely straight. When I think of it, why they chose me, I really don't know what I'm doing with it. Right. Yes, sir?
I was 12 when Empire came out, and the next day after school, everybody was talking about Boba Fett. And it became this cult of Boba Fett. When did you know you were part of a cult, or the leader of a cult?
Well, I still am a member of the cult.
The man.
No, it's fun to be, because I think I'm extremely lucky, as I said before. And it is, when they re-released the films, I think it was 1978, they re-released all the first 3. And that is when the popularity started to go, when people said, are you Jeremy Bulloch? You play Boba Fett? Oh, I can't believe. Walking down the street, you'd be going, hello, I saw you in a television thing, but what, I've seen you before, I've seen you in that Boba Fett outfit. So that's the conversation that happened for a long time. And there is something about the costume. I don't have to do too much. as you saw earlier on. But there's that thing where you just stand still, and that's what I used to do. And Boba Fett's that's what you have to do, stand absolutely still, which he's doing. And that's what's so lovely about a part. You stand there and just chill. They say, "Are you comfortable, Jeremy?" I said, "Yeah, I think so, don't worry, no, I'm fine, don't worry." So he used to make all these things up. It was great fun. Really nice to be invited. Yes, Tommy Cooper.
Was it weird being around American accents?
Was it weird being around American actors? No, not really. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, I thought you said it's the sound in here, which was great. No, it was great. I met Carrie Fisher and Mark, but I never met Harrison Ford. Although a lot of people think you would have done, but he was in none of the scenes that I was in, and he did that thing in the carbonate. But he was, and he just said something. "Oh, it's all right for you, isn't it?" He said, "I've got a walk and he was sort of chatting away to you. But he's a very nice guy, and what's happened to him recently, I think there aren't many people who have got out of the terrible things that happened to him, the crashes. And he's a brilliant pilot. And again, I mean, he got away with it. So it's a nice man, though. And I hope to meet him when they bring the new film out. I can say, Your Majesty. Who's the next question? How did I know much about the stories of? How much? I didn't have a script ever. None of us knew anything about their lines or anything at all. We didn't read anything about the films until you were well into shooting it. So it was a lot. Yes.
How did it feel when you finally saw the movie after
That's a good question, because you never think about that. Well, when I saw the movie, I thought it was Empire Strikes Back especially. I thought it was a really good film. And it's funny, you still, after all these years, you still go, "Oh, I was actually quite good in that scene." The rest of it, I was absolute rubbish. But you talk to yourself. You think, I like that move. Oh, here comes the lion. Put Captain Cargo in the soda. So that used to come up, and that became a running gag. People used to laugh and say, "Go on, do the line again." I said, "I can't, because they'll think I'm mucking about," which I was. But that was, it was a fun film to be on, and all of us worked in the theatre together, a lot of us, and they said, "What was it like there? You had an extra day." We were like little kids with candy and just shrieking, going, "I've got 2 more days." Yes. It was really good. Sorry. Yes, again.
How would you have felt if you were in one of the other movies too?
Was I, which in the other, Empire Strikes Back and then Return of the Jedi? Return of the Jedi, I was sort of disappointed because I knew my bit of filming was coming to an end. They didn't know, and it was the end, and everyone, all the Ewoks are singing, and I just think the ending of that film, Return of the Jedi, but they're all dancing to it went on forever. And then the camera should have swung round. And then they go into the trees like that, the camera goes further into the trees, and you see the glint of Boba Fett's helmet. That should have been the ending. Trying to change it. Yes, sir.
Do you know why there are so many differences between the Empire Strikes Back costume and Return of the Jedi costume?
Yes, it's funny because people ask this question about the outfit of Boba Fett, which is green. Everything is sort of greeny thing. And the other one, you have the, yes, that's what it is. That's Empire Strikes Back. The next one has maroon gauntlets, and people say, why do they do that? Well, he's clever. He's collected different stuff over the years, but I prefer the original, the all green. Good question. Yes, sir.
There have been some rumors floating about that there might be a Boba Fett solo movie. I'm just curious what your thoughts would be. On
Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Do you mean Boba Fett and Han Solo, or do you mean Boba Fett solo movie?
There's a movie just Boba Fett.
Oh, Boba Fett, yeah. No, there's rumours about spin-offs. There'll be something to do with Boba Fett or something. But until it happens, which would be probably next year, they'll start thinking about it. It'll be a long way off. But it'd be nice to, I'd love to just go down to the set, which I'm sure they would say, would you like to come down and watch? You know, because by the time it comes out, I'll be far too old to leave it out. And I used to be an amateur footballer. I can't do all that anymore, running down the thing and flicking the ball up into the top net. Of course, it has gone in, yes. But no, I love the work that we do. It's, you know, you always think, if only we could go back, which is a silly thing to do, go back and then say, this was the scene where I said, put Captain Cargo in the solo. Oh, you're not going on to that one again. No, that is, filming is fun. Theatre is far harder work. You know, getting that same performance every single night. But great fun. Yes, right to the back there.
Did you keep any memento from that time?
Are you suggesting that I took something? Yes. Well, actually, if I'd been a thief, I would have taken all the costume. I would have actually packed it, but it's not in my nature. And later on, the dented helmet built a suit like that for me. So I wear that, not walking down the street, but I wear it for charity. There's 3 times a week that you raise money for the local hospital. And it's quite fun to be back in the outfit. You know, occasionally you can walk around and say, put Captain Cargo. Oh, no. What if he doesn't survive? He's worth a lot to me. So it reminds you of everything. And I will never forget the time that I had on the Star Wars films. Terrific. Great bunch of people, great technicians, everybody. And after all that, great fans. Because they say, what is the difference between Star Wars fans and Star Trek fans? And the answer is Star Wars fans have jobs. It's true. Sorry if I'm offending you. Is that the sort of reaction the film's going to get from me? Star Wars has Rhoda in it. You remember a scene when you were younger? Put Captain Solo in a cargo. Did you see that bit? Did you see it? What if he doesn't survive? He's worth a no. Put Captain Cargo in the solo hole. Did you see that bit? Well, welcome. Are there any other films you like? Well, there's the door. We're only joking. We're only joking.